How Google turned a search engine into an advertising empire. Imagine building a product that billions of people use every single day, and then giving it away for free. No monthly subscription. No expensive membership. No payment required to ask a question. Just type something into a search box, and within seconds, you get an answer. That sounds like a terrible business model, unless you understand what Google understood. The search engine wasn't really the business. The search engine was the doorway. Google discovered that every search contains something incredibly valuable: intent. When someone searches for best running shoes, they're revealing a desire. When they search for cheap flights to Dubai, they're revealing a plan. And when they search for best laptop under $1,000, they might be getting ready to spend money. Google figured out how to turn those tiny moments of curiosity into billions of dollars. And that's how a simple search engine became one of the world's greatest advertising machines. But Google's story didn't begin with advertising. It began with a problem. The internet was becoming impossible to search. In the 1990s, the internet was exploding. Websites were appearing everywhere. But finding useful information was becoming harder. Search engines already existed, but their results weren't always very good. Then two Stanford students started experimenting with a different approach. Larry Page and Sergey Brin wanted to figure out which websites deserved to appear first. Their breakthrough was surprisingly simple. Instead of only looking at keywords, they looked at links. A link from one website to another could act like a vote, and an important website linking to you could count as a stronger vote. This became the foundation of PageRank. Suddenly, Google could organize the internet in a much smarter way, and users noticed. Google's homepage was almost ridiculously simple. A logo, a search box, and a button.
No complicated portal. No endless distractions.
Just search. People loved it. But Google had a problem. It had an incredible product. It had growing numbers of users, but it needed a business model. Charging users could limit growth. So Google kept search free. And that decision became one of the most important decisions in the company's history. The genius of free. Free created scale. More users meant more searches. More searches meant more opportunities. And every search contained information about what someone wanted. Think about a traditional billboard. It might show the same advertisement to thousands of people. The advertiser has no idea who is actually interested. Google had a completely different advantage. It could respond to what people were actively looking for. Someone searches family SUV. A car company can appear at exactly that moment. Someone searches best accounting software. A software company can compete for that customer. Someone searches flights to London. Travel companies suddenly have an opportunity. This was the genius of search advertising. Google wasn't simply selling attention. It was selling access to intent. And intent is incredibly valuable. The advertising machine. Google built an advertising marketplace around this idea. Advertisers could compete for valuable searches. But Google didn't simply give the top position to whoever paid the most. Relevance mattered. Expected performance mattered. The quality of the experience mattered. This created an enormous digital auction. Advertisers wanted customers. Google provided the marketplace. Users got free search. And Google earned money when advertising worked. Then something even more powerful happened. The advertising business started improving the product. More searches created more signals. More signals helped Google understand what people wanted. Better understanding helped Google improve relevance. Better relevance attracted more users. More users created more searches. And the cycle repeated. This became Google's flywheel. More users. More intent. More advertisers. More revenue. More investment. Better products. More users. And once that flywheel started spinning, it became incredibly difficult to stop. Google stops being just a search engine. But Google didn't stop with search. It started building an ecosystem. Gmail gave people free email. Chrome gave them a browser. Maps helped them navigate the world. Android put Google services into smartphones. Drive gave users cloud storage. Photos stored their memories. And then came one of Google's biggest moves: YouTube. In 2006, Google acquired the rapidly growing video platform. And this gave Google something search couldn't provide in the same way: attention. Search captured what people wanted. YouTube captured what people watched. And people were watching a lot. Millions of creators began producing videos. Millions of viewers came to watch them. Advertisers followed. Google didn't have to create every piece of content. The creators did it. Creators attracted audiences. Audiences attracted advertisers. And advertisers created revenue. Google had discovered another enormous marketplace. This time, it wasn't just monetizing questions. It was monetizing attention. Android put Google in your pocket. Then smartphones changed everything. Google knew computing was moving away from desktops. People were carrying computers in their pockets. Android allowed Google to become deeply embedded in that world. Search could now follow people everywhere. Maps could follow them. YouTube could follow them. Gmail could follow them. Chrome could follow them. Google was no longer just a website. It was becoming infrastructure. And infrastructure is powerful. Because the more places Google exists, the more opportunities it has to provide useful services. And the more opportunities it has to connect businesses with customers. People could search while shopping, while traveling, while eating, while walking, while sitting on the couch. The search engine was no longer tied to a computer. It was everywhere. The Google flywheel. Now zoom out. Search brings intent. YouTube brings attention. Android brings distribution. Maps brings local discovery. Chrome brings browsing. Gmail brings communication. Advertising connects the entire system economically. That's why Google's business model is so difficult to copy. Competitors aren't fighting one product. They're fighting an ecosystem. Billions of users. Massive distribution. Huge amounts of content. And an advertising marketplace connecting businesses to those users. But then the biggest challenge in Google's history appeared. Artificial intelligence. The RE threat. For decades, Google owned the moment when people asked a question. Type a question. Get links. Click a result. Find the answer. But AI introduced a different behavior. Instead of searching through websites, people could simply ask an AI. Instead of typing, best camera for YouTube, you could ask, I'm starting a YouTube channel with a $1,500 budget. Which camera should I buy? That's not traditional search. It's a conversation. Gemini, Google's next bet. Gemini represents Google's attempt to bring AI across its ecosystem. Search. Android. Chrome. Gmail. Workspace. YouTube. And potentially almost every digital interaction Google controls. But here's what makes Gemini strategically important. AI doesn't just answer questions. It can help people make decisions. The new advertising battle. But there's a problem. Traditional search has space for advertisements. An AI answer might give you one recommendation. So where does the advertisement go? And even more importantly, can users trust an AI recommendation if companies can pay to influence it? Google has to solve this carefully. Because the entire business depends on trust. If advertisements become too aggressive, search becomes less useful. If AI recommendations become unreliable, users can leave. So Google's AI challenge isn't simply building the smartest model. It's figuring out how to monetize AI without destroying the trust that made search so powerful. And this could determine the future of Google's advertising empire. Why Google's business model is so hard to beat. This is what makes Google fascinating. Its biggest advantage isn't one product. It's the network around the products. Search brings intent. YouTube brings attention. Android brings distribution. Chrome brings browsing. Maps brings local discovery. Gmail brings communication. Gemini brings AI. And advertising connects them economically. Each product strengthens the ecosystem, and the ecosystem makes every other product more valuable. That's why competitors aren't simply competing against Google search. They're competing against decades of infrastructure, billions of users, massive distribution, and one of the world's largest advertising marketplaces. The final shift. Google began with a search box, a tiny homepage designed to help people navigate an exploding internet. But that search box became something much bigger. It became a gateway to human intent, and Google built an advertising empire around it. Search gave Google billions of questions. YouTube gave it billions of hours of attention. Android gave it distribution. And Gemini could give it something even more powerful, a role in the decisions people make. But the AI era changes the rules. The next battle won't simply be, who has the best search engine? It will be, who becomes the place people trust to answer, recommend, and act? Google spent decades owning the question, what are you searching for? Now, with Gemini, it's trying to own something much bigger. What should I do next? And if Google can successfully turn that moment into the next advertising marketplace, its search engine may end up being only the beginning. Because Google didn't build the world's biggest advertising business by simply selling ads. It built it by becoming the place where the internet's intentions begin.